Hi and welcome to VSDC. We're thrilled to see you join the community. In this video, we'll show you how to get started and walk you through the basic steps, such as importing your footage, cutting and splitting, cropping and rotating files, merging various media objects, working with audio, and exporting. That's a lot to cover, so without further ado, let's get started. There are several ways to import files to VSDC. First, you can use the Import Content icon on the Start screen when you launch the program. This is the preferred option because this way, VSDC automatically detects the aspect ratio, bitrate, frame per second rate, format, and size of your video to create a project with the same parameters, so you don't need to adjust anything manually. Notice that when you choose a file on your PC, a window will pop up asking whether you'd like to change resolution, frame rate, or other parameters. If you wouldn't, just hit Finish and continue. You can also drag files directly to the scene or add them by using dedicated buttons located at the top and on the left side of the program's interface. When you add a new file this way, a window pops up to confirm the object's position settings and layer's position. The latter allows you to choose whether the file should be added as a new layer or placed on the current one. If you select Add a new layer, the new layer will be added at the very top. At the same time, the Insert New Layer option will add the file right below the selected layer. Finally, you can use the hotkeys. Shift and I to add an image, Shift and A to add an audio file, Shift and V to add a video. In the process, you can always change the size of the scene if you need to. Just go to the Project Explorer, select Project, Scene Size, and type the size you need. Here, the most popular tool is the Razor, also known as the splitting tool. To split your footage into parts, place the playhead precisely where you need to make a cut and hit the button, or use the hotkey combination. Now, if you need to delete one of these pieces, you should first click anywhere on the timeline to remove the selection from the entire file, and then select the fragment you want to get rid of. To trim a video, just manually drag the side handle inwards or use the scissors. Cropping a video is also easy. For example, if you've recorded too much extra space around the scene object, just click on the file you need to crop and use the cropping tool from the menu. A new window will pop up, and you'll be able to select the area that should remain in the scene. You can easily choose a custom frame size or maintain the original aspect ratio to avoid letterboxes. Notice that if you choose to set the size according to the scene or object, and then you start manually changing the frame, you will reset the original selection. To maintain crop and size according to the scene or object, select this option, then press the Shift button and continue resizing manually. Finally, the Quick Access menu includes tools that allow for rotating files 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. This should be pretty self-explanatory, but feel free to check other tutorials on rotating files in VSDC. If you need to remove the sound from your video completely, the easiest way is the following. Click the video file with mouse button, head over to the Properties window, and scroll down to find Audio track. Select Don't use audio. That's it. Another option is to use the tool called Split to Video and Audio. It's also located on the Properties window menu. Once the audio track is separated on the timeline, just delete it. If you want to mute a certain part of the audio track, make two cuts to select that part and use one of the methods we've just described. Finally, you can increase or decrease the volume of the audio track or its selected part using the corresponding properties. VSDC offers a full-featured text editor and allows you to create beautiful titles or text-related effects. To add a title to the video, go to the left-hand side of the program interface and hit the T icon, or use a hotkey. Select text and place the cursor on the scene to specify the title location. Then type your text and head over to the ribbon-style text editor at the top. Adjust the size, style, and color of the text as you would in a regular text editor. Note: the text will appear and disappear in your video based on how you've placed it on the timeline. Feel free to drag it around on the track and control the duration manually to achieve the desired result. If you want more text effect ideas, watch this roundup featuring 7 awesome text effects you can apply in the free version of VSDC. As you may have noticed, in VSDC you can place files subsequently, one after another, or overlay and blend multiple files in one scene. Here's a quick example. Suppose you want to create a video-in-video or picture-in-picture effect. Just place the media file that needs to be in the foreground at the top layer above the background video or image. Then adjust sizing and position, and that's how it's done. Now, regardless of the merging sequence you choose to go for, you may want to use transitions. Let's see how that works. Suppose you want a classic version of the fade-in transition effect. Select the file you want to apply the transition to and open the Video Effects menu. Then proceed to Transparency and select Fade In. That's it. You can apply it to any object, including videos, images, titles, and shapes. Every transition effect, actually every effect in VSDC, is very customizable. This means you can adjust the parameters to achieve the exact effect you need for your project. To access the effect's parameters, you need to open the file you've applied it to with a double click. Then select the layer with the effect and use the Properties window to tweak the settings. Once ready, go back to the Main Timeline tab to continue working on the video. There are plenty of different video effects in the VSDC menu, and we're constantly adding new ones. Just open the Video Effects menu and see what's available. You can apply color correction, nature-inspired effects, special effects, and so on. If you're looking for inspiration, the best way is just to go ahead and browse our channel. If you are happy with your video, it's time to export it. Before you do that, use the preview feature to make sure everything looks exactly the way you want. If the video appears choppy during the preview, just lower the preview video quality. Lagging sometimes happens when the resources of your PC aren't enough to process the video in real time. Keep in mind that it doesn't affect the outcome in any way. Once ready, go to the Export Project tab and choose the output format. The pre-configured export profiles are designed to help you apply the right video size and format based on where it's going to be watched: on a PC media player, on YouTube, on other social media channels, or somewhere else. For instance, if you are creating a video for YouTube, select Web for YouTube. The output file is typically saved in this folder, unless you indicate it differently. To change the folder where the file will be saved, click the Change Name button and select a new location. To change any of the parameters of your video, hit Edit Profile. Once ready, proceed to the red Export Project button at the top of the menu and wait until the conversion process is over. If you see a Pro version upgrade pop-up and you aren't ready to upgrade, simply hit the Continue button at the bottom right corner. That's it for today. Make sure to check our how-to section on the website and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with the latest updates, tips, and tricks. Feel free to ask questions in the comments below. Until next time.